Emma is wife to Leo and mum to Penny and Daisy and daughter-in-law to Nana and Grandpa in the third thingy from Daniel Hutchings. The imagination that brought you Dango Away and Freelance Gigolo. Happy returns!
So I have met Daniel Hutchings on Star now, which is rather common story about two people meeting on internet. By that time, I was on my Erasmus stay in Cardiff, which is rather far from Manchester, but I like traveling and stuff. So and I was like seeking for some outside of the school opportunity to do something more connected to film. And this was really a really good opportunity. I really liked the script. I really liked the character. I really liked Daniel. I really like all of these factors, which obviously say yes, do it. It's good, and I've got really strong like sixth sense. It felt like a really good thing to do.
What are you all doing today?
After reading the script, I fell in love with the character because I understood her. When you live the situation, actually live it, you sometimes don't touch all the, you don't have the room completely illuminated. But if you build the character, you have to illuminate everything. You have to put all the stuff out, take it to the hand, look at it, and then put it in the right order. And that's what I did with Emma, and that's what I really loved, and that's how I felt about the character. Of course, I was really thinking about those 3 ages that Emma appears in. I was working with my memories, with what I have seen around me. The costume and the environment really helps. I must say that shooting was just great. Shooting was awesome. I knew it from the first moment when we started doing a camera test in February.
So what is everyone doing today? Is that fine?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So the emphasis is kind of on the what. So it's right. What is everyone doing today?
Yeah. Right. So what is everyone doing today?
Yeah, it's very nice.
I knew it was going to be great.
I see that, right?
Because we really got on. I felt the connection between us two and the devotion on the project, and that we really wanted to push it further and further. And I really like to work with people who are actually involved and who do know what they do. And that's exactly the case. So the shooting was great. The only thing about it that is a little bit problematic, or no, it's not problematic, just simply the thing that Daniel lives in a sleepy house. He really does live in a sleepy house. I rested so well, like never before and never after that, because I would just be sleeping and he just left me a message. Oh, I'm going to the shops, because I was sleeping. So, you can feel it after you enter that house. You open the door and you do. That's it. And yeah, I loved it. I loved it. So everything was just great. We had our space for work. We had Daniel's professional, so he knew what to do. I didn't see the things, because as I said, I'm a theater maker, so I don't have the movie thinking. So I didn't see how the things were going to work. And later on, when I saw the movie when it was done, or the thingy when it was done, I still call it the movie. It actually feels like movie. So and when it was done, I saw it, and I saw what he saw before it was done. I mean, that's a really good lesson for me. I really like the tiny pictures which he has done, and that's awesome, because it gives you an idea. And it gives you a space to fit in. I really love to see a little bit of this know-how which Daniel shared, and I appreciate it so much, because it was really, as I said, it was really good work.
Mummy.
Leo, it's breakfast.
Be right out.
Oh no, are you kidding me? I tried it yesterday. That's really awesome. Thank you very much.
I found out that it's actually way easier for me to act in English because I think that English is a bit loose, a bit looser than Czech language, and it allows you to dive more into the character, into the emotional, into the emotional experience of the character. So yeah, that's also the thing that was really new and really great for me to do the whole thing in English. And also I created on demand a language that is not existing actually, and I connected some of the languages like Bulgarian, Hungarian, Polish, Czech.
Známik myslí, že mi ulubiente len ta negra jen legi.
The whole working process and the whole shooting and the whole thing affected my current and I dare to say future life too, massively. I think that I have established a really good relationship with somebody I can call friend, and that's always good. But the thing is that
It's just a joke.
I never got a lot of support in terms of you are doing it great, because I was a sensitive child, and my mom and my drama teacher and everyone who was able to do it to support me, they always said, "Oh, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do acting. You shouldn't go this way because you're too fragile, and you would be scared. You would be basically they were trying to protect me from the rather harsh world of acting and stuff. But that affected me in that way that I didn't believe in myself at all. That's the thing that Daniel did, that he helped me massively, and he always like was able to not only say you're good, but he also said you do this and that, and it's good and it works like this, and he was concrete, and he always said the concrete things that helped me massively. When you meet somebody who actually points at something and says, yeah, that's good what you do because you do this and that and that, and he's concrete, that's helping massively. And that's what Dan did, and that's what really started a new episode of my life. When the shooting finished, I didn't want to leave. First of all, I was like, I felt so good, I don't want to leave, I never want to leave. So but I left, and I was so satisfied with the work we've done, because it was just a really productive week. I felt like I've been supposed to be there, and I was leaving, and that was sad. But I also, when the shooting finished, I've started to trust more in my sixth sense, because my sixth sense told me after the first Skype call we had with Daniel in December, something like that, that it's fine, and Daniel is good, and his wife is great, and everything, and it's gonna be good, and the script I like, la la la. So, and when I was planning to come to a camera test in February, I was just packing things, and it was a rather long way up there to Manchester, to the mountains. Or there are no mountains, but the wild north, like from a Game of Thrones. So I was planning all these things, and then I had a Skype call with a friend of mine, and I described her what I'm planning to do, and that I'm going to camera test to Manchester, and yeah, Manchester, that's where the trousers are from, and then I told her that I met that guy Daniel whoever on Star now, and that I was going to meet him in the middle of Manchester and jump into his car and go to his place, and she's like, are you sure that's a good thing to do? Like, he can be like a mass murderer or something like that. I was like, a mass murderer? I wouldn't think that. It's like, I know he's, nice guy, smiling and chatting with his wife and me, and it's all fine. And she really like infected me with that fear. So, and she advised me to have some sort of weapon on me. And I was like, a weapon? What am I supposed to get a gun to tomorrow? So, or what do you want me to do? And she's like, I don't know, the kitchen knife or something. So I was like, okay, so that you can sleep calmly, I will do that. So I took a kitchen knife. It's ridiculous. I don't even have the Switzer knife. So I just took the kitchen knife, and I couldn't put it in my backpack because it would make a hole in it. So I just took the thing that you put into a shoe, so it's not floppy, and it's from a polyethylene or something like this. And I put the knife into it, so it doesn't make a hole to the backpack. And when I was like, I couldn't have even enjoyed the journey, because she was still like, oh, are you okay, and are you sure that's a good idea? So when I entered the car, I was like, ready to jump and rip Daniel to stab Daniel into a rib, and he can be glad that I didn't do it. But actually, the thing is that when I entered the car, I know that it's going to be great, because we just start talking, and we haven't stopped talking for next year and a half, actually. We're still messaging each other about bullshit and about movies and about avocados and about guacamole. And it's good, that was just great thing to do, and I knew it's going to be a great thing to do. So I'm not listening anyone. I'm not listening mommy, daddy, friends, my cat, nobody.
Although it's more likely that a member of your admin team will simply send back a signed photo and you'll never even see it.
I actually have seen the finished version of Happy Returns, and I was amazed by it, because I actually had some little doubts about some scenes that might be a little bit too long, because Daniel kept sending me only a cut scenes which were done, so I can see how it looked like, and I liked it. I liked all of them. I was amazed by the cooperation of the characters and how it actually looks on the camera, because I haven't seen it, obviously, because I was doing it. So, but when I saw only the parts which were separated from the rest of the movie, it felt a bit long. But when I seen the movie in a whole, it just, when I was watching it, I felt a little bit sick that day. So I was, pausing it and going to the toilet, and it was not really good. but then I felt a little bit better, and I started watching it from the beginning again, and it didn't let me go. It just healed me. It was like a Jesus, but it was a movie. It healed me, and I wasn't able to. It just caught me, and I really liked the atmosphere. And it was like, that's what I said before. I don't have the movie thinking, so I wasn't able to say that it's gonna work, and it works. There is a moment when me and Alex with Daniel, with the other Daniel, are staring at ourselves and waiting for the other one to say something. And when I've seen this scene for first time, only like separately from the rest, I was like, that's a bit odd. And then I saw it in a whole, and I was like, oh hell, I love it. When you see the context of it, when you see the things coming after each other, it just works perfectly. So that was also a lesson for me, that it's like. And I actually didn't need a lesson, because I've trusted Dan in these things, because I've seen the other two movies, and I knew that it's like there can be I love the scene from Dango Away when he just goes away. I love it. I can rewatch it like 50 times and I still will be laughing because it's like, and he walks, and he walks, and you just look at some guy walking in the snow. I don't believe there is a snow in Britain, whatever. And he just goes, and you just listen to the same guy saying, and he walks. I love it. I just love it. And that's the absurd thing that you can only see in the final version of the movie. And I love absurd things. I love Eugene Ionesco, and there's like happening shit on the scene, and you're just yes, shit, I love shit, you know. So
Did Daisy turn up okay?
Oh yeah, she was there on time.
and that's also the magic of the cut. Daisy, Emma's older daughter, we have never met. I've never seen her. We've never been in the same room, and that's like, you know, it's actually that when we look at that scene when we got dialogue, it's like I perfectly believe that she's looking at me because she's so annoyed that it's impossible that I'm not actually there. And then there is the factor of how she looked. It's a miracle. If me and Dan had kids, I would say that she's from, you know, she's cloned. She's been born in January last year when Daniel knew how I would look. So he just took his genes, and when I visited them on a screen test, he just took my genes when I was sleeping, and that was easy because it's a sleep house. So he just took these genes, and in a half year he just made this girl. Daniel's doing some nasty science in his house, in his sleeping house. That's what I'm telling you. I love thingies. I think that this concept, because I think I can call this concept, and the concept is always the key to success if you do something artistic. And the concept of the thing is, I personally thought that it's the thing about the length of the film, of the product, of the final product, but it's not the length of, obviously, if you have seen some of them, but it's about the lightness of the material. Firstly, I've seen, I think, Freelance Gigolo.
I live to entertain.
That was the first thingy I have seen ever in my life. That was a big moment last year. And I think that it's the very specific humor of Daniel's that is included in all the thingies. And then there is the poetic going hand in hand with the humor. And I love it. That's what I was talking about, the long moments, and then the time dilatation is always like, it's like you're watching something so absurd and so everyday and so normal that you can relate with, and still you can see that it's magical. It's like you can see it's yeah. I think that's all. That's the Daniel child mind, because he can always see the poetic thing in something that from the outside you would think that it's perfectly boring, but it's not, because you can just focus on some detail and you're, oh fucking hell, I wouldn't see that. Yeah, because he has to do this and make you look at it, and then you see it and you say, oh, that's funny. There is a moment in Happy Returns when Emma looks at the whiteboard she wrote some notes on. And then and she's watching at the gibberish. It's just some signs, and she's like, "What the f-? And that happens to every one of us. You sometimes stare at the fridge on your notes, and you're like looking at one sentence, and you have no clue what it's saying. And that's exactly the moment when you can see the gibberish. But it's the magic of the film that Daniel knows, that you can actually portray those moments in an LSD version. You don't have to take drugs. You only have to watch this movie. It's cheaper and it's like safer for your health.